In uncertain times, team engagement and service quality can take a hit unless leaders focus on transparency, trust, and overall communication. Joining me today to speak to those things is Marco Fiori from Bamboo PR. Thank you for your time. Why are transparency and trust more important than ever before right now?
Well, thank you for having me. Firstly, I think people need to realize and understand that there's extreme change at the moment, and businesses are at the heart of this. But beyond that, it's people. So you've got teams, you've got interrelationships, you've got livelihoods that essentially are at the core of all this technology change that's occurring, all the kind of macro changes across the geopolitical sphere. And businesses tend to have a blindness sometimes to the fact that despite the operations they have and despite the great products they might have, it's these people that build what they build and deliver the experiences their customers want. And at the heart of it, people are looking for one thing and one thing only, really, at the places they work, and that's safety. And safety comes from really clear communication. It comes from great transparency from the leaders who operate the businesses and the kind of functions that make up a company. And it comes from creating the skills in people to deal with change that is inevitable.
Yeah.
That's essentially what great companies do. They take the thing they can't change outside of their walls, which is essentially change, and they build the mechanisms, and they build the way of talking and the way of bringing everyone on a single journey
In many ways, it's
in a safe
fortifying. It's
way.
very much sort of psychologically fortifying the team and the business as well. It's interesting. I'm wondering if you can explain how leaders can perhaps build that trust across a team in order to lead them through that inevitable change you outlined.
Yeah, thank you. Like from our perspective and the clients that we work with, it comes down to transparency. When people don't know something, they inevitably create their own narratives. They think up the story they think is going on within the walls of their company. And if they don't gain that insight and that openness from their leaders or from their managers, you're going to have a group of people who will inevitably talk to one another and think they know what's going on. It sounds simple, but
Yeah.
a lot of companies have a real challenge with this.
Yeah, 100%. Let's talk to the impact do you think that this has on business performance overall?
Yeah, no, I think when you have a culture that lacks transparency, the outcomes are clear. There are plenty of studies that kind of cover what happens from that viewpoint. But when you bed it into your culture and you ensure that people have this real openness with it within a business, you see customer engagement naturally increase, because when there aren't any secrets in a company, customers aren't kind of fed that misinformation kind of through the process of communication. And from the viewpoint of a commercial aspect, like happy, safe people who are in the know, who know where they're going within a company and can deal with the changes that are affecting them in a great way, inevitably rally around a cause and bring people and bring the company forward in a positive way.
Yeah, I think that's a great point you've made there about rallying the troops, so to speak. But how can teams stay sharp as more change continues to unfold? The world's in a precarious spot at the moment, or at least it feels that way.
It is, and it would be unfair to those that work around you or work for you to essentially pretend nothing's going on. It comes from building that kind of resilience in the group of people that either you're responsible for or you're working with, and that comes from a variety of kind of coaching and ensuring that you're giving people the skills and helping them understand that this is the way of the world. Like, we are in extreme change at the moment, but this is nothing new. Things are happening faster than they normally happen, but again, they're happening, and that's always been the case. And I think very shrewd executive teams at the moment are aware of that, and they're building a positivity and, let's say, this transparency in their companies. but they're also being unafraid to look at what they sell, because what used to work, say 2, 3 years ago, may indeed not work at the moment or in the near future. And it comes down to a real almost positive ruthlessness around your services and your products. It could mean kind of consolidating what you have under a better umbrella so that essentially you can deliver greater value to those that you do business with, or being unafraid to look at even your best services that may be bringing in a good chunk of your revenue at the moment, but saying, hey, look, the world has changed and we need to address this. And this service might not be here in 2 to 3 years. And what do we do with that?
Marco, I
So
think
acting with curiosity.
you've made some very good points today on the program. It's all the time I've got for you. If people want to connect and hear more about this, where's the best place to go?
You can find us at bamboopr.co.uk. You can find me on LinkedIn. I'm Marco Fiori. Pretty easy to find on there. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you again for your time and answering all those questions so thoughtfully. It's an interesting topic. And once again, thanks for joining us here on Ticker.